My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're watching the Rasslin Rage YouTube show. Oh!
It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade! It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! We'll do it now! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade!
And now it's time for Rasslin Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Bam, we are here. What is happening? Hello and welcome to Rasslin Rage live on YouTube. I am your host, Cody, and joining me tonight is the man with many talents. That's right, Rob Clooney. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me, Cody. I'm really glad to be back here. It's been a minute and a half, really. Hey,
minute and a half.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask him a few questions here in a little bit. Thank you, Zeke, in there. He says he's on his bike ride. And Josh, what's up, my man? Speaking of Josh, I want to give a shout out to Happy Harper Ice Cream. They are part of the official sponsorship of Rasslin Rage. Head on over to their Facebook page at Happy Harper Ice Cream. Give them a like, give them a follow, and all that good stuff, and find out all about the awesome flavors of Happy Harper Ice Cream. There's a new sponsor on the horizon for Rasslin Rage and Michigan Independent Weekly, but there's more information about that tomorrow. So make sure to watch all that good stuff on Facebook or maybe wherever, you never know, and check out who is the new sponsor for Rasslin Rage and Michigan Independent Weekly. Scroll on down to the description right here on YouTube. If you're on your mobile phone, there's a little arrow. Click that. That'll open it up. You go down there. You will find affiliate links for Highspots.com and the WWE shop. Click those links. Head on over there and buy stuff. Yes, buy stuff. Also, you can get Rasslin Rage T-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage. Those are with R's. Rasslin. Rasslin. Rage. R. You can get those there. There's 2 T-shirts there, and there's also a Teespring shirt shop somewhere that you can buy an exclusive T-shirt, but you have to do some hunting for that one. There's only one there, so do that. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Also, smash the thumbs up. Smash it. Smash the thumbs up. If you are catching this replay on Facebook, I kind of slack off on putting it on Facebook sometimes. I don't know why, but
Eventually, right?
yeah. But if you are catching this on Facebook, please head on over to r2youtube.com. That's Rasslin Rage on YouTube. You just click that, just type that in there. Bada bada bang, and over you'll go. Sound effects too, and you'll head on over there and bam, hit the red button that says subscribe. Thank you very much. Please follow Rasslin Rage on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Rasslin Rage. Thank you very much. Good stuff. All right, so we've reached that time where we're gonna ask our man here, Rob, some questions about his new book, his wrestling career, sand wrestling, all kinds of cool stuff. After this. Bam. Yes, sir. So, Mr. Rob, here we are. Last time you were on, you had just came out with a book, just a little bit before that. And funny enough, here you are again with another book.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I just read it. I just finished reading it last night, matter of fact. Nice. Cool thing about, the age we live in, this digital age, is not only does he have hard copies of the book, but it's in the digital age where he can, what was it, on Amazon? Yep. And you'd like this weekend. It was free for this weekend or something like that. So I got me a copy.
Nice.
It got me a copy and I read that thing and man, that was a good book.
Yeah.
It was a really good book. I really did enjoy it. I really did.
Right on, right on. Yep. If you don't know, I'm Rob Clooney, pro wrestler, amateur wrestler, and author. Just came out with a book. It's called Fast Cash.
There you go.
Great artwork provided by Nerdy Designs, who I know has provided the artwork and work for a lot of our trading cards. Yep, Rasslin Rage has got one. I got one too. If you catch me at a show.
Yours is upstairs. I'm my bad. See, I'm horrible.
What's different about this book? This book is my debut in the fiction. You know, I've done like a memoir before. I did a how-to host beach wrestling tournaments. Both of those are still available on Amazon as well. The ebook for this, I'm doing something a little different. It's only available on Amazon. With that, it's part of the Kindle Unlimited program. So if you got a membership there, hey, you got it for free. It's part of that deal. It's a nice little story just about a MMA fighter. Struggles a bit early with balance, time. Things open up for him when he gets the opportunity to become a male stripper. And it's just about him fighting his way up through the ranks, trying to get noticed by the UFC.
That's awesome. It is a really good book. I highly recommend it. If you actually go to Amazon, you'll see my 5-star rating that I gave the book after I read it. So definitely.
I even just put it up on my eBay store. You can actually get through there through the Rob Clooney Facebook page. There's a shop now. It's a couple things, cards, books. I got that. You can get an autographed copy for $10.
There you go.
Catch me at the shows.
Yeah. We'll
have copies.
I'll have to put that after the show. We'll have to find the link online and put that down in the description, because that's the amazing thing about YouTube. I can set it up and then go back and fix it and do new things with it, right? So, great. So, tell us. You told us about the book, right?
Yeah.
I've talked a few times. We've talked, on the show, off the show, after shows, during shows. We've talked a lot, right? And some of this book, it kind of, with the sand wrestling and things like that, with things that we've talked about, it kind of like, it seems like you kind of pulled some of the things from your personal life and tried to put it into a story.
Well, there is that saying, you write what you know.
Right.
And yeah, there's definitely some sand wrestling chapters in there. Know a little bit about the dancing. Used to do that. Used to be, find a tournament, find a club to pay for the trip.
There you go.
I mean, there's a dark side to it too, and I think I put that in there. There's layers, a little bit behind the scene.
That's really
not quite the Magic Mike approach,
no,
but more behind the psychology. Of being an adult entertainer.
Yeah.
And even along writing this book, I've got 3 spin-off books that'll be coming out here in the next few years.
Ooh, nice.
None of which, feature the main point of view characters. They all could stand alone on their own. Got a couple other books I'm working on, maybe another beach wrestling one, takedown type of one. Maybe
That's
another
awesome.
pro wrestling style one too.
Right. Definitely. That'd definitely be a good one. I heard my computer do something. I don't know what it did, but it did something. So, good stuff there. Let's check, see what we did. Nothing. No. Okay, good.
Maybe my phone. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Now, I know you're working with a few different organizations in the state, one of which is MPWA New Breed.
Yeah.
And I've talked about, I have this here from one of their shows. I keep this right handy because you can open it up and it's got all their roster in there. And you're in there.
Yeah, I'm there.
You're there. Rob Clooney, there he is right there. But the premise of, it's not the only thing, but one of the things, New Breed.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new breed of talent coming up through the ranks, and New Breed's about giving them a spotlight or a stage to stand, a platform, stage, whatever you want to say. So what's it like for you to work with an organization like that, and then working with some of the greener guys in the business?
Yeah, well, all the guys I've met through New Breed, very great, all very respectful. I'll throw in some 2 cents. I'll overhear some things. If it's there, I don't force ideas or anything,
right.
And I always come off as suggestive. But I've had a chance to work with a few guys. Had an amazing match with Frankie right now.
Yeah,
Actually, we're starting to team up. OK USA. We're starting to catch a little fire, a little buzz already on that.
Yeah.
In fact, we got a match coming up November 9th.
November 9th.
For MPW. Just not the New Breed, but the sister promotion right there in Monroe. They got a fundraising show for the homeless. It's a chance for everybody to help out right around the holidays, just for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, we're starting to catch wind, catch fire. Hopefully, 2020.
Now, this show here, this one, the second act, this was back in August. You faced Frankie right now.
Yeah.
That was only his second match, to my understanding. And it was quite impressive. I was actually sitting next to his mother during the match. And
she's pretty animated.
Right. Well,
it's good. It's good.
Can I tell you a funny story about it? Can I tell you the story about this? So, like, we're chanting, because you're the USA guy there, right? And we're chanting, we're doing USA thing, and she says something about it, and I'm like, that is anti-USA, and I started giving her a real hard time about it. And afterwards, I seen her outside with Frankie, and they were doing pictures and stuff like that. And she's like, he said I was anti. And he had to go, Mom, it's okay.
It's good.
It was great. It was great. It was a good one. I loved it. Hey, Mr. Beals, what's going on, buddy? You're late to the party. What's up? How you doing? Nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you. But yeah, this was only his second match, to my understanding. And boy, that was impressive for his first time out. And then now you guys are tag teaming. And I think, what was it? You guys went against Savage Society?
Yeah, that was a tough
at Diesel, right?
One, yeah.
I mean, sorry, I like Savage Society too.
And they're a very solid tag team. Been around here since the very first show. The original tag team there. I know there's talks of a tag team championship being awarded, and I know we're right in the thick of it. They're in the thick of it. Nomads are sticking their nose.
Oh yeah, I know. What's going on?
New Age has been around for a minute too. Yeah. So there's a red hot tag team division. That's what I like about MPWA New Breed is a lot of my experience. I've been doing this for 20 years, wrestling totality for about 30. But for the past 20 years, I probably wrestled for 14 of them. Back half of them part time. Did amateur wrestling in between. USA team and all.
Right. Just USA,
right,
Team
right.
USA. Not a big deal.
No regrets about taking some time off, but I'm trying to pick it back up. These guys are motivating me.
Right.
They definitely they're learning every time out there. They're just getting better and better. And yeah, it's great for them to have a platform. Sometimes I remember being a new guy myself. Sometimes it was tough taking time away and coming back into it. It's like starting all over, and it's tough. You know. There's a lot of guys I'm still meeting. I haven't seen them since fucking 2003,
right,
5,
Yeah.
Just like right before I took time off for amateur. So, yeah, it's great that there's an opportunity there. Crowds are it's smaller venues, but the crowds are full. Crowds are hot.
Yeah, that's always a good time. As long as the crowd's going, man, it's a good time for sure.
Definitely worth checking out. Yeah, it's the future of the independent wrestling scene.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you talked about you have that show at MPWA, and do you have anything else going on before the new year?
Yeah, you know what? Next up, TWA, Take Down Wrestling.
Okay,
it's gonna come back to Southfield. I know they had a little hiatus, some personal issues. We're not in Westland anymore. They had a solid start and kind of starting over in Southfield. Got a nice hot match. Last time out, me and Rampage. All American Aggression, Twinkie Power, High Roller. I'm all these tag teams. I love tag team wrestling. Right. We lost our tag team belts.
Right.
930 something day reign. Rampage knows he's a nerd like that kind of.
Yeah.
It's all good. So yeah, playing off that, it's just ironic, that was like Easter weekend, we lost, and that Monday, hashtag kayfabe moment here, I guess. I got jumped, and I don't know who jumped me. All these other shows, I don't know. I don't want to think it's related, but the TWA show. But I'm bringing this up because the next show is at TWA. November 2nd, there in Southfield. A lot of information on the Rob Clooney page. We'll probably have something up there.
Oh yeah, I got something. I
got
got something in MIW too. So you're good.
You got like Rob Frost and Do It Pruitt, and I think going at the main event.
Right. Yeah, I think somebody else is on that show.
Some
too.
weapons match or something. Definitely
good. So you're on TWA. that's leading up to 2020. What are you looking at doing next year? Any big plans in the sand wrestling world?
I did a sand wrestling tournament this summer. Just did one. I actually ran the shirt, thing over in Algonac, not too far here. Really great club. They got a good location right in the main strip. It's growing.
Yeah.
I'd probably stick with the one a year. I would like to run some tournaments. Unless this book right here, and maybe you guys can make it happen. If it hits real big, I don't know. I'll promise you I'll run some tournaments.
There you go. There you go, for sure.
But that's long-term goal at least,
Yeah. And obviously you're still going to be doing some shows throughout the state in Michigan and the pro wrestling world.
Oh, yeah. I got some books going on. Right now it's a lot more outline scenes. I definitely think there's a lot of potential with OK USA.
Yeah.
I want to hit the road. I want to actually, get in Ohio, get in Indiana. Maybe even double up. If any wrestling promotions interested in bringing a legit Team USA wrestler, 5-time All-American, 2-time alternate, that's like an instant qualification for a guy that don't wrestle in your territory, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm not really looking for anything long-term. I got the baby, but I am looking for promotions that also may know of some independent bookstores. I can come into town early. I can sell books. I could pre-sell tickets for you. I can offer some things.
Right. I can offer some things.
I'm hoping to branch out a little bit in 2020.
Yeah. Definitely. There's not absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Frankie with me. Maybe I'll meet up Slim.
There you go.
When he's down.
Good old Slim. Now, by the way, now that we're going to talk about this, tomorrow the boys come over. Josh and Danny come over and we film MIW, but we're going to talk about it because coming up, Slim Trimmins is coming back to Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be at BCWA.
Yeah, I read that, man. I didn't even let me know.
On the 26th. Well, you should come with us.
I think I got something going on. I'll check my calendar. I can't promise.
Josh
can't Halloween and all that.
Yeah, Josh can't go. But Josh can't go. But me and Danny are gonna head down there. But you know what? So Electric Ely, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, nice guy.
Yeah, that's who he's got to face. Mr. Fitness versus Electric Ely.
Yeah, Mr. Fitness will teach him. Maybe teach him. Just
some cardio.
That could be a fun match.
Oh yeah. Well, definitely.
That could be a fun match.
Why must they do these things to me? I really like Ely, but dude.
I don't know. Josh has got some pretty creative workout equipment.
Right.
I can already see this now.
Creative workout equipment.
It's almost like the Iron Sheik coming in the locker room, pulling out those hammers and just showing off. Here, you try, motherfucker.
That's great. I need me about 10 pints of Mamma Mia. 10 dark. Wow. Hey, she's ordering ice cream in my chat. How do you like that?
Sweet.
Listen to this.
Kroger's got like the 2 for $3 right now.
Yeah, there. Well, Josh, our official sponsor. That's a Happy Harper ice cream. Oh no, my microphone's coming apart while we're doing it. All right, so there we go. Definitely a good time, man. That's awesome. I'm really glad that. First of all, we're not getting out of here yet, but I'm just gonna say it right now. Thanks, for coming on. Because it's a good time. Rob is one of the guys that like you and Deuce. And,
well, dude, let's talk, man.
Right.
I even mentioned I've been a part-timer last 7 years or so.
Right.
I've been back into this. I'd like to know these promotions out there. You definitely go to more shows.
Oh yeah.
So what's going on in the independent world here in Michigan?
Well, let's see.
We got BWC. What was it?
BCWA. That's on the 26th.
26th.
That's on the 26th. That's what I remember. But Horror Slam just had their show Friday night, and they had Nick Cage, and that was Nick Cage versus Briar Wellington. I wasn't able to make that one, but that was a good one to my understanding. They also had Elk there. Then they had Peter B versus Chuck Stein for the championship. And let's see, Electric Ely.
A lot of matches, haven't they?
Yeah.
I know those guys like way back from the beginning.
Electric Ely versus the Dread King Logan. That was probably a really good one. I know PPW had a show Saturday. There was another one too. There was a couple, but coming up though this weekend we got BCWA, which I can't wait to check out. Hey Greg, what's happening? Where you been? Horror Slam was awesome. Greg says. Greg was there. There we go. Yes, for good. Yes, but yeah. I don't know. I'm really stoked about XICW. I know they're not coming up until November 10th, but I cannot say enough about XICW and what they got going on with Proving Ground, man. It's
Man,
amazing.
I gotta check one of those out.
Yeah, it's at the Hot Rocks.
It's been a minute since I've been to those shows.
Right, it's at the Hot Rocks, which used to be the Ritz.
Right.
You
I
know,
used to live right by there.
Yeah, you know, and you know the big history of that venue in wrestling and independent wrestling is, you know,
I wrestled there and there used to be other groups that even used to run out there, you know, and I don't think anybody would touch it now. And XI is like, wrestling. That's what you mean when you talk Hot Rocks.
There's a micro that runs there sometimes.
Real low ceiling though.
Yeah, well, hey, they make it work.
That's good though.
They make it work. Some people like to hang from the rafters. Hey, you never know.
I'll have to go. I haven't been there and seen them in a while. Last show I seen them when they brought in Joey Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, was over at the Imperial.
Well, they were the last XI. Mike Elgin came in against Shogun for the opening match. That was pretty sweet.
So how does the Proving Ground work? Talk to the viewers like because I haven't been to one of these shows. Right. It's kind of like a reality show basis.
Well, I mean, Proving Ground basically how it works. Heel Fan News. Hey, what's happening? Look at who's here. Heel Fan News. Say hello. Hello. How are you doing, Mr. Greg? How you doing? Remember, I'm a failure as a rager. Hey, you know what though? That's okay. Life goes on, man. Not everybody, you know, people have lives, man. I get it. I understand. That's just how it goes. But so we're talking a little bit about XICW right now before we get into all the rage, where we talk about all the professional wrestling guru news kind of stuff. Not all of it, but anyways, we're talking about XICW Proving Ground, how it works. Well, what season they on? They have 8. This is 7 now. So yeah, season 7. And one of our buddies, Billy Ray, well, 2 of our buddies, Billy Ray Daniels won season 5. And
along with Levi.
Yep. And then Cyrus with El Ridiculoso, and I forget somebody else, won season 4, I believe. So not bad. It's a couple guys. But how it works is you got 8 rookies.
Right.
Rookies can be guys that have been in the business for 10 years. Doesn't matter. If you've never really wrestled for XICW, you're a rookie. That's just how it works. That's never the rules, buddy.
Okay.
But then you have 8 Lewis Press. Thank you, sir. And then you have 8 veterans.
Right.
This year,
do the rookies pick the veterans?
Yes.
Veterans
yes.
Okay.
And that
more than 8
they draw numbers. They draw numbers, and then they go in that order, and then bam.
Right. A lot of thought behind that.
Yeah.
You know?
Now I sat down with the man, the myth, the legend, the Godfather, DBA, the most dangerous man in Michigan. Yesterday we talked, and I kind of was taught. We were asking him about like, so, you know, like a lot of people were like, oh, it's wrestling, right? So they're like, yeah, it's wrestling, but it's the judges and the fans that decide who stays and who goes, and they judge it. They have like a fan reaction, you know, your presence in the ring, you know, your entrance reactions, like they judge it all out, and it's like 1 to 10, and they have to make all these, and then they add the numbers, and the person with the lowest number has to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah, and then
that's cool.
That's how it works. It's one of the best things going, if you ask me. I really like it, and the last one they had a really good barbed wire brutality match with DBA, Dre Jacobs, and the old timer Jeff King.
Yeah, I've seen some clips on it.
Yeah, I posted that match on Rasslin Rage on r2youtube.com. Check that one out. Red Wing fan, what's happening? How you doing, Mrs. Weir? That's Mrs. Weir.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, what's up? And there's Greg. Black and Beal were robbed. I agree with that. Jack Price and Sam Beal are our team, and they were the first tag team eliminated. I disagree with the judge's choice.
Was it close? Who was the next in line?
Well, they didn't give us like 1, 2, 3. They only told us the first and the last. The first was MM3, and Hyena Hagen was the first. Like, so they were the highest scoring, and then the lowest scoring was Sam Beal and Jack Price. So they had to go. That's ridiculous. Anyways, all right, but hey, I wanted to tell you, Greg. I sat down with. I knew you were going to be here at some point, but I sat down with DBA yesterday. And in the interview, DBA and I kind of talked about you just a little. It wasn't bad when we talked about you just a little bit. So you're in the interview with DBA, just so you know. I bet you're going to enjoy
Something
that.
to look forward to.
Something to look forward to. But hey, listen, guys, make sure to check out Michigan Independent Weekly every Tuesday on the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. Matter of fact, the guys are coming over tomorrow. We're going to film it. We're going to film the episode, which just talks about the independent wrestling shows that come up on the weekend. We do that every week, so you guys can check that out. But now we're going to talk about things that are happening in the world of professional wrestling. This is the portion of the show. This is the portion of the show that we call All the Rage because, we rage about some of the stuff going on, right? So when we come back, All the Rage. All right. Yes. So here we go. Yes. Holy crap, he says. How about he cheats to win everything? No, he doesn't. He wins everything, but he doesn't cheat to win. But hey, Dan, you love people that cheat to win. We talk about it all the time. So we are here with All the Rage. Now, last week when Danny, funny thing is the guys got, so Danny and Josh and Master Weir and everybody, they got this thing about who hosts the show and how many times they host. And Danny and Josh are tied now, I believe, at 7. I can't remember if they're tied. I don't remember if they're tied at 7.
Just the main show, not
just Rasslin Rage. Okay. All right. And so Master Weir is in at 10. Danny was coming in last week for 7 to get tied with Josh. Master Weir just showed up. I had no idea. Just showed up in the middle. Just came in, come on in, and then did the show.
Where's he at now?
I don't know. I don't know. He's probably, I don't know. They had a wedding they went to last. He's probably recovering. It was a Star Wars wedding too. So I wonder what kind of drinks they had going on there. You never know, right?
Right.
But last week we talked a little bit about the war, right? We talked a little bit about this war, the alleged war between AEW and WWE, and I said, listen, this is why I say this is my thoughts and why I don't think it's a war, and this is the truth. Oh, there he is right there. PKSA pouring on. Hello, Master Weir.
Eating ice cream.
And I've said, in my opinion, there is no war because you can't really have a war when you're not competing on all fronts. You got one night a week that you're broadcasting against WWE, where WWE's broadcasting 3 nights a week, plus all their dark stuff, all the stuff they're doing all over, plus the network and all the things that they're doing. Because Josh, here comes Josh with his conspiracy theories. Because AEW is WWE, he says. I whatever, baloney. But anyways,
Never say never.
right. So every time I see one of these things where they talk about the war with WWE and AEW, it makes me literally want to rage out. Like I want to smash something, and I mean that within reason, of course. I don't mean like I'm gonna just.
How many episodes has there even been?
Of AEW? 3.
Right. You only have a few more battles.
yeah, exactly, dude. Right. So I want to rage out, and yes, that pun was intended there. That pun was definitely intended there. But why do I bring this up again? Because we already kind of talked about it. Well, because the conversation continues week to week because the ratings are out for AEW. And they did have more viewers than NXT on Wednesday, but not many. They're only 1.1 million, right? Okay, cool. Right. I love wrestling and I want everybody to succeed. Right. I don't watch WWE. It's just not my thing right now. It doesn't get my goat. I guess there, no pun intended there, but it is what it is. It's not a war. Not yet. Not yet. Not at all. Shut up, Josh. Oh, Heel Fad News says he agrees. So now speaking a little bit, we talked about that and, it's all done, but All Elite Wrestling.
Hey, but the WWE,
yeah,
at least check out the local guy, James Alexander.
There you go.
Just on 205 Live. I just had it on today, during the workout. I had to stop and I called him the wife and the baby and everything.
The blue gear.
Doing her little and really good match.
Yeah.
You guys, obviously most of you guys, everybody supports Michigan wrestling. Definitely check out that. I don't know who his partner is though.
Oh, was he a tag
It was in
team?
a tag team match, and then he was called Justin Alexander. His partner was Justin something else too, but
Okay.
I didn't recognize him as a local
Right.
guy.
NWA Power is better. I like NWA Power, and we're going to talk a little bit about that here in a minute. As a matter of fact, I was watching it before he came in, the second episode, because I haven't got to check the second out full out yet. I had to pause it, but yeah, NWA Power is very good. I like the old studio wrestling. We're going to talk about it a little bit, but All Elite Wrestling will soon have its own podcast. Again, I guess I don't know why they need a podcast too, but it's supposed to be hosted by Brandy Rhodes. I definitely think that from a marketing standpoint, putting Brandy Rhodes behind a microphone without a camera is a bad idea. Just saying. You should put a camera in front of that young lady. But when I have more information on this as to when and where, I will let all of y'all know, because, we all like good wrestling content, right? Now, New Japan Pro Wrestling declared the IWGP United States Championship vacated last weekend because Jon Moxley was unable to travel because of a typhoon to defend the title. Dang it. Uh-oh, what are you checking? Oh, you're checking out my Matt card? Yeah.
Do your thing.
Right. So he wasn't able to go, so they vacated the title. Lance Archer and Juice Robinson had a match at the King Pro Wrestling event. Mox wasn't able to make it to, and Lance Archer became the new United States champion. Yay. So don't get stuck by a typhoon or you lose.
Stuff happens, man. I mean, there's worse ways to lose the title, right?
Right. Speaking of New Japan Pro Wrestling and NJPW, their parent company, Bushy Road, I think that's how you say it, Bushy Road, has reportedly bought the women's organization known as Stardom. There was also some rumors that I heard that WWE was also looking at buying Stardom as well. I'm not sure how true that is, but everybody's buying everything right now.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get some skin in the game. There we go, right?
Stake in there.
Right, yeah. WWE. But why Lance Archer, Greg says, I don't know. You got to give him a call. But that's the thing over there. The world of wrestling over in Japan is much, much different here. Very, very different. Typhoon equals no belt for you. Yes, sir. Yes. That's what Danny Beal says. But WWE star Mike Kanellis has asked for his release. It's odd that this is just personal here for me. This is like a personal opinion for me. It's odd that he asked for his release. Yeah, we talked about that one last week. HOG. Man, Heel Fan News talks about Master P is getting in the game. Yeah, he bought HOG, House of Glory Wrestling out of New Jersey, I believe it is. We talked about that a little bit last week. I don't think it's going to go very far. But that's just my personal opinion.
Something else with eyes on it.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's okay to have an 8th tier thing now. I mean, there's been a lot of things blowing up, a lot of opportunities for guys and gals.
He borrowed money from Master P. Transitional champ. Oh, listen to you guys. So Mike Kanellis asked for his release. It's odd because, he just signed like a 5 or 6 year extension on his contract, him and his wife both. And they just had a baby. She's pregnant again. Now he's asking for his release. I don't know what's up, but I'm pretty sure that they won't grant that one, especially after he just signed that. We'll see how
They've invested some TV time in that little angle they're doing too.
Yeah. But big news on the WWE front as well. Most people already know because it happened. But Eric Bischoff has been released from the WWE as the executive producer of SmackDown. And Bruce Pritchard has been brought in to replace him. There's been a lot of speculation and talk here and there and blah, 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 why and this, that, and the other. And Bruce Pritchard come out and basically said, just leave it be and let it go. He's a nice guy, yada, yada, yada. But we'll see what happens. I'm not, I don't really watch a lot of WWE. No, nothing against the people that do. That's your own prerogative. Watch what you watch, and that's cool with me. But It's just not something I've been getting into. Something really exciting is going to happen and for me to start tuning back in. To be perfectly, even Cain Velasquez coming back to fight the Brock for at the crown jewel isn't enough right now.
I don't know how I feel about that either.
Yeah,
you know, it's the MMA diehard fans are not gonna watch pro wrestling. The pro wrestling diehards and that gray area in between already does watch both.
Right? Yeah. It's just like heel fan news there said earlier. NWA Power. I really dig this studio. You know, if you were ever a fan of NWA in back in the day, or WCCW back in the day, and the old studio wrestling back in in Atlanta from the the late 70s, the early 80s, this is the thing right here, because that's exactly it's the same exact format, right in the studios in Atlanta, and it's awesome. I enjoy it. I really do. I really enjoy it.
I know it's the 05 start time.
Yeah, the 605.
Yeah,
605.
Joking, it's the only reason I even heard about Captain Planet. That was that last 5 minutes,
right?
And start watching.
I remember watching the NWA. Back when I was a kid with my cousin and his dad and stuff, because it was and his family, because I was at his house a lot back when I was a kid. Okay. So yeah, it was good stuff. I really enjoy that.
Used to watch it. Used to have the whole VCR going after the Saturday night horror store movies.
Right.
And then at the end of the tape it was back when Sting was TV champ.
Yeah.
And Steamboat was
The old days, man. The old Surfer Sting. Surfer Sting, man. Surfer Sting. Speaking of NWA, they've announced they're going to do a pay-per-view. December 14th. It's being called Into the Fire. Just like their theme song for NWA Power, which is amazing, by the way. Takes place in Atlanta. Tickets went on sale Friday. I wish we were in Atlanta or Florida. Down that way.
Yeah, it's a nice town.
Live out there. There's a lot going on down there in the wrestling world.
Yeah. Oh gosh, man. Yeah, just go out there and meet all sorts of wrestlers.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a few practices. I started dealing with the show even.
Right. Oh yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Opportunities down there.
I found a place in Michigan we can do studio wrestling. Well, let's get it done. Let's make it happen. All right. So, right now, this is where we're gonna. This will be the last spot here, but we're gonna. After this, we're going to do some, what do we call that? The legit wrestling questions. But rumors are circulating that this is a good one. This could really spark some conversation. How do I even start? Rumors are circulating that WWE is doing its damnedest to break into Japan, right? To bring their brand to Japan. And basically, how they did, they have WWE, the NXT UK. They basically kind of want to do the same thing there. They want to do NXT Japan. And I talked a little bit about how, there was rumors going around that they wanted to buy Stardom. Well, there's also rumors going around right now that WWE tried to buy Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan. Those are rumors. I don't know how true they are. Those are just rumors, right? But apparently the deal fell through. That's again rumors. I don't know. Here's what I have to say about this though. I even with WWE being the largest wrestling organization in the world, the number 2 wrestling organization is based in Japan. Mm-hmm. And I do not think WWE would survive. I'm not saying the company wouldn't survive. I'm saying they would not make it in Japan. I don't think.
Well, I mean, who's to say it's even to make it? Sometimes branding is enough. If you get anything back on a promotional idea.
I don't know. I just the whole way
they may not try to take it over, just make a little nip.
Well, yeah, I can see that, but the whole way they even treat the Japanese, and I'm not going to say the way they book Japanese now, in the style, the strong style, in the WWE, I just don't think it's going to work.
Okay.
I just unless it's
and then they're gonna have to hire. I don't know how they have the UK structured,
right?
But then you have to have somebody run it. You look at other organizations. Take Sega. Think of the old school video games. There was a Japan and an America branch. Right. You'd have to have a Japanese branch. You'd have to trust who you hire.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, see, yeah, it's like Greg says, Japanese wrestling is different. It won't work there, and and I totally agree. And it's hard because you watch, like, a lot of people don't get into Japanese style wrestling. You know, some people do, some people don't. And I really don't feel that we can go over there and push a style to the Japanese people. I don't think it's going to
one
happen.
of two ways. Either they pick a niche that's tailored to their audience, the Japanese audience, or hey, we're just doing Japan shows, you know, here for their network audience. You know, and that's really what's going to boil down to. And you'll see, if you see what you see now, then yeah, obviously it's for the network. And if you start seeing that style that's similar to the other things that are going out there, you know, I guess we don't know until we see. Evidently, this fell through anyway, right?
Let's see here, Greg. Let's see. Greg says NXT style is great, but UK for us, Japanese and Mexican wrestling are a completely different beast. I agree, Greg. I've been a fan of Japanese wrestling for a long time. The talent is different, and the fans are definitely different. Look at these guys get down on some good comments in the chat. Greg and Mr. Danny Beals. Well, you guys can keep talking about all that. We're going to move into the legit wrestling questions. That's where you can ask myself or you can ask Mr. Rob here a question about anything to do with wrestling, or, you know, of course, his books and stuff like that, because that's, you know, that's fair game because he's on the show. So after this. Bam, there we go. As you guys will notice, for some reason, the transitions are working very well tonight, but it's only in one setting. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This thing has got gremlins. I'm telling you. One day it works really well. One day it don't. I don't know. But legit wrestling questions, ladies and gentlemen, that is where you can ask Rob or I or both of us questions about wrestling or his book or sand wrestling or whatever you want. But I do want to remind you that Tuesdays at 10 a.m. on r2youtube.com, that's the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. You can watch Michigan Independent Weekly. You can also catch on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday at 10 a.m. you will find an interview. This week's interview is Sean Tyler from the Purge. Purge. Check that out this Wednesday on r2youtube.com at 10 a.m. Then this Friday, you'll also be, I don't know, maybe an interview, maybe DBA. I don't know. Maybe I'll throw that out there. Who knows, right? And you can catch that. I know next week on Wednesday, you'll be able to see Jason Page. So that'll be a good one, right? And don't forget, if you go to prowrestlingtees.com/Rasslin Rage, you can buy some T-shirts. Very good, very good. So we got some questions rolling in. Let's see here. I want real copies of books. I'm not about that online book life. I think you can buy them.
You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy the hard copy or the paperback for various sites. Only the ebooks limited to Amazon. I also got an eBay link to my store. You can get an autographed copy that way, or I'll have mommy at the shows.
Right, and you're gonna be at MPWA.
Well, first in order, it'll be November 2nd in Southfield for TWA. Then the very next Saturday on November 9th down in Monroe for the fundraiser for the homeless on PWA. Right. Promised the wife, you know, I was gonna take this holiday December off. Got birthdays in there, but pick it back up January 17th over at the Diesel Lounge.
Right. There he goes. He says he wants the book. So he just told you the 2 shows he's on. So you got to get there to get a book.
Right.
Very good. Let's see here. Josh, who would you want as a rookie if you did Proving Ground?
Oh.
As a rookie. I already know who you're going to say.
Well, yeah, I'd run with Frankie.
Frankie.
You know,
Frankie.
I really love the idea of teaming up with this kid. You know, I don't want to call him a kid, but you know,
I get
40.
you.
Been doing this for 20.
Right, definitely.
It's not kind of 20.
Yeah, I want to buy. Yeah, he says next show. I see you, Mr. Clooney. I want a book. I want to buy them from you. He says he wants to buy them from you. He wants that exclusive VIP feel. The good old Greg. Hey, Greg, how do you feel about the pizza? Let everybody know about the pizza. Who do you want to wrestle?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that today. You know, well, yesterday, you know, I did something like on my little personal Facebook, just going down memory lane off the hip about, you know, some of the favorite feuds. And Nate Matson's a guy I never got to wrestle.
Really?
He was like really, our our volunteer assistant trainer in my first wrestling school way back when. Wrestled all these other members of the Threat a few times.
Really?
He's current Blue Water Cruiserweight champion.
Wow, dude,
You
I'm
know?
really surprised. I thought you guys wrestled.
I once held that belt, and never got my little title rematch.
Really?
So maybe we need to make that happen when Blue Water comes back.
There you go. Yeah, because he's got that.
Putting down the gauntlet.
Yeah. Name. I would have thought that she all these years
Yeah.
and no name
Maybe
Matson.
like a little tie-up in a battle royal
That's-
or something.
Yeah, that's
together.
pretty interesting. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Hold on, what we got here? Let's see. It's a good read. Have you read the original copy? And I give it my thumbs up. Oh yeah, Danny's talking about
Thank
your book.
you.
You're welcome. Even fresh, the pizza is awful. That's awesome. At Roach Days, he referred me online. Roach Days, he referred me online. Well, now he's didn't have them then, so now he's got them. Greg does not give the pizza a personal seal of approval. No, he does not. Greg does not support the pizza.
Yeah, it's been eating me up because I didn't get the copies in time for Rouge Days.
Yeah,
And then had them for Trenton, but the Trenton show got rained out.
right.
And
Yeah.
then whatever the hell happened in October with the whatever,
Yeah, with the whatever.
We had enough interviews about that.
Yeah.
So I'm really chomping at the bit here, finally having some copies at these
Yeah.
November shows.
Nate versus Clooney. What would Clooney ice cream taste like?
Oh, jeez.
Dude,
I love
that's
chocolate.
that's a question you got to be careful to ask somebody.
Twinkies got to be involved somewhere, right?
Yeah. See,
A
Josh,
Twinkie-
I
there
knew
we
it.
go. Just keep it within gimmick. A Twinkie flavored ice cream.
Hey, see, I knew it. I knew it.
Chocolate Twinkie. Josh can have the original, and
There you go.
I'd be that 4th of July all
I'm a little-
American Twinkie.
Right. American flavored ice cream. American flavored. How do you do American flavored
Red,
ice
white,
cream?
and blue. So it's I don't know, white cherry, blueberry, strawberry.
Yeah,
Kinda
Cody,
like a
don't.
Neapolitan with a different change
There
up.
you go. He's trying to tell me don't steal his copy of the book. I was like, whatever, dude. I already read it. I got it, man. I'm good. I don't need to steal your book. Twinkies are American. I think Twinkies are probably one of the most American things there ever is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Personally, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. That's a stack. But yeah, for sure. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, listen, guys, like I said, don't forget about all that good stuff. Hey, you want to throw out your social media before we get out of here?
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Facebook, author Rob Clooney. Follow me on Twitter, Clooney_Rob. You can follow all the promotions I've mentioned too. Takedown Wrestling Alliance, the MPWA Wrestling, MPW New Breed. Mentioned Blue Water Championship Wrestling in there. Mentioned a few other promotions. Check them out too. My tag team partners, Frankie Right Now, Slim Trimmins, they both got Facebook and Twitter. Check those guys out. I'm not 100% sure if Rampage does. Give them a look too. I think I've tried looking. It's just hard to find Rampage.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty. A
Yeah.
lot of people use the handle.
Right.
But yeah, definitely check out the book. I believe it's the best work I've ever done. I've been working on this writing game for 10 years, still learning. I'm in love with it. I'm really glad everybody's giving me real positive feedback. Again, it's called Fast Cash. You can get it
It's a
on
good book.
Amazon, Kindle Unlimited. You can get it, paperback there too.
Right. Can I see it for a second? Just to give you guys a heads up, like I was going to say, is it's one thing to buy, like a T-shirt, right? So a wrestler has a T-shirt, you go there, you got a table, and they got a T-shirt, you pay the $20, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is an actual piece of work, right? You know what I'm saying? This is something they've created. So Rob actually, he wrote this, this isn't, somebody else writing. This is him. This is his work, his art. This is right here. This is a piece of Rob, right? And he has other books too that you can check out on his end. There's on Amazon. They're all over the place. He said this one you can buy on eBay, the hard copy. But if you really want to support somebody in a nice way, and I'm not even saying that, is to buy their book, right? That's pretty sweet, man. That's awesome, dude.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome. No, serious, because I get it, because there's the sport side of things, but then there's an art form, right? So I'm in martial arts. Okay,
Yeah.
It's not a sport; it's an art form. You know, so for someone to pay me to learn my art form, that I understand.
Oh man, it's been a lot of work.
Yeah, you know,
I
I
mean,
get
pro
it.
wrestling was some of the early building blocks, and you know, learning part of this too actually helped me on the wrestling end. I mean, I'm
Right.
getting a little older, I'm slowing down, but the whole character perspectives. When I was doing the commissioner thing, I would love it because I could put my head in everybody's thing. Everybody needs to have a reason, the motivation of doing what they're doing, kind of
Right.
deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, yeah, so, you know, check that out, man. You guys can buy that. Check him out. Follow him on all of his social media, man. Thanks again, bro.
Bro,
That was
thanks.
all. Yeah, man. That's
Dude, thanks
awesome.
for having me. And
Right.
thanks for watching, guys.
Yep.
You know.
For sure. All right, guys, make sure you head on over to Facebook for Rasslin Rage. You can check out the group Michigan Independent Weekly. You can also like Rasslin Rage, the Facebook page, and there's all kinds of good stuff. So check you later, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next. Is there a show next week? Yeah, see you next week.
Next week. Right.
Yeah, next week. And the 100 episodes coming up. So that's gonna
That's
be
next week?
No, I don't think it's next week. I think it's the week after. Oh, bye.
Yeah, thanks.
It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Going down. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Corey Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage.